guys. Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys. Do I really have to fold? Do I have to fold? Oh, I just needed to talk for a second. Mm. You know, when you think that you have given it your all, and when you've done your research to accumulate your exhibits and stuff, right? Oh my God. Here I am thinking, y'all. I don't know whether to feel crushed about it or what do I do? Do I fold? Do I take this and just let it continue on? I'm kind of stuck. I'm stuck, you guys. I'm stuck. Oh, God. I just got my response. I just got my response, with the opposing contention letter. Ugh. So I actually went to do a little bit more researching behind, you know, their contentions, right? This is what they presumed is correct according to this is their argument. They're correct, and we procedurally done this right, and this was done right for this, and this is I'm like, however, oh my God, I'm like, this can happen, you guys. This can happen, right? There's one contention that they put in here that I have a difficult time. I'm having one to argue back. Oh, because I've been here like literally like maybe an hour earlier, right? Because I had to walk away. You know, they say if you walk away from it, when you return back, things will be a little bit more clear with you. But if you keep sitting here and you keep rereading all of this stuff all over and over and over and over and over and over and over, I'm like, oh. However, I'm like, okay, where's my argument for this? Where's my argument? What can be my argument for this here, right? And I'm going, So I spent an hour and I'm looking 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 over here, I'm looking over there, I'm looking in the archives, I'm looking. And I'm like, damn it, I don't think I have one. And I drop my head down. Oh no. But sometimes you have to know when to fold, right? And people who likes to win don't likes to fold. But at the same time, you have to know when you're utilizing now just wasted energy. Like there's no more worms in the wormhole to dig out, like stop trying to make $1 out of 15 cent type of stuff going on. However, I believe that I really put my foot in this. And listen, this argument been going on since October of last year. It's been on extensions until finally they contentions came back to what I was hoping that it kind of didn't come back as. However, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And it's a lot of money at stake in this one here, you guys. So, what do I do? What do I do? Do I go ahead and do my corrections and additions and try to, I don't know, dig something out or explain my old material better? Because, of course, you can't move in any new materials because everything else is already black and white and signed, so I can't do anything to that. But I did not want to fold on this, right? I might have to go ahead and bite the apple. Now, if I do so, I still have 5 days on either establishing my corrections and additions and writing up my contention letter, right? I'm like, will it make a difference? And it's like, will it make a difference? Because they got one argument in here that is biting my freaking head off right now. Oh, I just hate these moments. Oh my God, I hate them. But like I say, is it the energy that you want to keep wasting on something like this? Digging the needle out of a haystack. And we know how long it'll take to find that needle in that haystack to at least allow you an extended argument to keep pressing on. But do I want to do the energy level to that? I'm like, this has been going on since October, you guys. What do I do? What do I do? Do I fold? Or do I keep fighting and let the higher level Mohegans decide based upon both sides of the argument being presented? And what I need to do is stop reading their argument, their contentions right now. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, oh, I want to scream. I'm like, no. But baby, I've been over there in the archives and I'm really not coming up with much of nothing to argue back. So I know if I fold on this one, oh my God, I have to go back out there. And they sure gonna be out there, but like, we told you, we told you, we told you. And that's one, I have to take that one. I have to take it with my chin up, boy. I gotta take it with my chin up. But damn it, y'all. Dang it, damn it, damn it, damn it. You get that feeling, when you are or become, passionate about what you do, right? It's like, oh, oh. I feel like I got shot in the stomach with the rubber pellet. Maybe I should just walk away. I actually tried to see if my Streamlabs was working today just to see if it was working. But, y'all, what do I do? 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 I literally read their contentions, y'all, and I was like, oh, for real. Like, my head just, oh. You know how you got that blow in your stomach? Somebody punch you in your throat or something? Oh, shit. And you just, oh. Now, how do I address this part? What do I have to file my contentions to continue on this argument? And I was like, oh, somebody must have dotted his I's and crossed his T's for him, right? Because I was for sure, I felt like really for sure and positive. But now, I'm not. Only a little bit, though. It's only a little bit. Like, do I move this? Do I keep digging through the freaking haystack looking for that needle to oppose their argument? What? Or do I set it aside and come back to it later and see if something else is going to jump out at me? But I did a very thorough research, you guys. I've done a very thorough research. And I know, the other books, like from the front to the back of my hand. So, and I've applied those. But I've run out of gas. When you run out of gas, you got to go out with your chin held up. Or, and if I sign off on this one, they're going to be like, thank you. Do I give this one to the other side of the team? Seems like it. I might have to. I don't know. Ah, God. That's crazy. That is crazy. But it happens, right? It actually happens. You win some, you lose some. And you keep going. Take it as a learning experience. This is one case that I would definitely remember, right? Gosh. I'm just shocked, y'all. I'm just a little stunned. I'm not shocked. I'm just like stunned because I cannot believe their contention letter. It's like, ouch. Yay. Damn it. um, I think maybe once I don't think I still have 5 days. I think I'm going to sleep on this. Hopefully my decision is to come back tomorrow and issue them also my contention letter because they have to have it on file and pack this up, get all of my paperwork in order and go ahead and send it off to Washington and let it sit there until they further arbitrate this one here instead of folding on it. So those are my two options. Do I fold on this and just leave it here in the building where it's at? Let them take one for the win, yada, yada, yada. Or do I go and sleep on this and find that needle in the haystack somewhere and go ahead and write my contention letter up, get it submitted tomorrow, pack it up. This is a moment where I got to pack it up and let the big boys over there in Washington finish this. Oh, Beauty, you here? I need some advice. I need some advice. Like, I literally feel like I just got rubber pellet in my stomach because I just knew. I'm like, okay, I think this one is gonna this one is gonna do it right now. Check it. I'm at like my final step for this particular case to be heard here in the building, right? And this case been going on since October. It's been on extensions, it's been on dinner, on extension, moving forward. So I'm sitting here, right? I got my whole package ready to go. I did my other step. And after that, in return, once it got, denied at a certain step, now they have to send me their contentions letters, which all, have their facts and exhibits and everything in it to prove what their argument or what is about is true and they're standing on it. So I haven't done mine, which I have 5 days to do. And I have two options. One of the options is, do I finally fold on this and let them have the win-win? do I go and sleep on this and hopefully there's a miracle in the hay and go ahead and just do my contingents and pack it up and send it on out and let higher level people decide on this case, which way it should fold. And then when I open up the package, right, and I'm reading it, my head just, I was like, oh no, how did, it's one goddamn part of the contention that I, to be honest, I don't think that I'll find an argument to to battle, to combat this. I just don't. And this was a big money case too, but it's like a really crazy case though. It really is. And I won't discuss that part online, but was it worth fighting? Yeah. So it was worth fighting. Um it sucks because there is that part of me that's like, I think they got me. I think they got me on this one, and I might have to throw in the white towel. Hey, they got me on this one, beauty. Ugh, and I don't like that feeling, but I also have that wonderful feeling that you gave it your all. If it's not there, then it's not there. I know that part too. Stop looking for something that is not there. It's just not there. I've argued my butt off all the way from January 29th is when the argument started. And I'm like, ba da da ba ba. So I think I should sleep on it. Yeah, I know that part too. You're absolutely right, that part too. And I do. Like, yeah, I have to accept that part. I think being, the win on my behalf would be, girl, you gave your all in this here case. You put your foot in it. However, only one person can walk away the winner in it. So I am feeling good about that. I dotted my I's, crossed my T's, I done did, and everything that I need to go off of to have proof from my argument is in there. But they came back deep, girl. I'm like, God darn it. How is your day, beauty? How is your day? I was just trying to get on Streamlabs, but I forgot I canceled that dang on account. It was like, oh, I canceled the premium part about it. And then, of course, on the Streamlabs, you got to end up, you have to put all of your credentials and stuff back up in there, such as your channel ID and all of that stuff. And I was like, I feel like doing that. Do you remember we was on, remember my stream, y'all, Streamlabs, right? And I had the screens up there where I can flip to this one and flip to that one. I actually loved Streamlabs. I did. I liked Streamlabs. It was cool because you can build your whole freaking themes and everything like right there. And then that's when I was pushing all them buttons. Hey, and it sucks though because I learned it. Oh, you had a long nap, girl. I feel like I'm behind because of Monday, because I felt like I did a double shift. I left work, then I came back to work because it was something going on a night shift, and I was like, oh God, this. So it kind of got me thrown off just a little bit. But yesterday I did go home and I did relax, sat on the couch and talk to you guys and stuff like that. So no more buttons, honey. No more buttons. So, but I miss Streamlabs. I really liked Streamlabs. I did. Then, of course, I was paying for that. Then I was paying for Zoom. I still pay for Zoom, and I keep trying to cancel it, but I think I got it on auto pay. So I have to go back in there and uncheck this auto pay because every time I look up, it was like Zoom payment process. I'm like, no, I don't have Zoom. And you know why I canceled it? Because they took my rabbit off. They made me mad and took my rabbit. I love the rabbit. And now they took it off. They got some other little theme characters and stuff on there, but I don't like those. But I was like, no, put my rabbit back. Nope, haven't been to TikTok, but I have seen Mr. Everything. I do get his notification, so I have to pop on and see how he's doing and stuff. So I will start doing that. I get Phases notification on TikTok and stuff like that, but sometimes I do Phases right, and I'm sitting there. Sometimes I don't know those people she be talking about, so I'll just be sitting there and I'm like, and that's like that sometimes with Tasha K. Tasha K be talking about some people, whatever. Like, I don't have no idea who these people are. The ones out in the celebrity, okay. And of course, Tasha K is running 3 or 4 different platforms or whatever, and the winos, and then she's got I'm gonna take your relationship question tonight or something like that, and I'll peep in on that, but um no, I haven't been on my TikTok, but I will. I wait on you. You go on so I could be your invited guest up there. Yeah. What? No, you didn't. How much was it? How much was it, girl? How much? You got to be kidding me. You got to be. You got. No, you did not. Why you ain't walking? Well, you got to walk away, girl. Why you gotta walk away, girl? I'm on the wrong phone because I would have showed you some of mine from the times that I've been over there, but I'm on the wrong freaking phone to do so. I can't show you. And then one thing about YouTube, like you can't share a screen yet over here. All you need your butt whooped. You need, let me see, can I, because it say green screen. Let me see. But green screen, yeah, that's not right. I pushed the button, beauty. I pushed the button, girl. I was thinking that you could display stuff, but it like really don't let you do it. Let me see. Nope. That's a tag of product. That's not right. No, cancel. Cancel. See, and that's the thing about YouTube. Like, on my desktop or so if I want to try to share the screen because it just don't let you do it on your phone. Because baby, once I'm over there and I get up to that amount, I'll be like, oh, see you later. See you later. No, gotta go. Gotta go. I had one of the girls that be over there, like, she texted me and she's like, girl, your machine up to 45,000. I was like, girl, I am not coming. I'm staying in the bed. So I don't know. I might pop over there probably Friday or something and have me a margarita and a shot of Patron. He wasn't ready to go, so okay, so go stand over there by him. You just can't do it, can you? You can't go stand over there. I can. Like, you go right on ahead. You go right on ahead. But that's pretty much what I'm gonna bring when y'all get here. I'm like, okay, I'll play the 1,000 and then call it quits, unless I win. One thing about me though, when I do decide to go into any casino, I don't be comfortable because like I don't know this place. I don't know this one. When I decide to go to one over here, right? Like I know this place. If I feel like I know how these machine works and all of this stuff like that to say, well, okay, I'll put 20 in here. But when I'm out of town and stuff, shit. Like I don't know how these work. I'm not talking about the instruction parts of them. I know how all of those work, but I'm talking about like filling the payouts and stuff. I'm like, I can't do that. No, but in the meantime, I think I'm going to wrap this one here, this case I got here up and sleep on it tonight and make my decision tomorrow. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I could be working on other stuff and getting that out the way too. You say you used to go to the other car, but he didn't like for me to, yeah, not being out there. That he is absolutely right. You should not be out there by yourself. Not at all. No. Girl. Don't even do it. Many of these people around here be lurking and can't wait to rob you. That's crazy, right? I was watching a story on TV this morning while I was getting ready to go. And before I clicked on my live, right, to get my laughter out my system. And it was so sad. It started off sad. And it was about the young girl who grew up in poverty and couldn't go to the 4-year college because the parents, of course, one of those stories, couldn't pay for it. And I know y'all be seeing all these stories that come up, on your channels too, right? And this one here just caught my attention. And I was like, well, okay, and then she ended up getting her a job at the local grocery store. And I think she started off at like um, $10 an hour or something like that. But she still wasn't making enough for ends meet. Well, she ended up seeing an ad about PNC Banking was hiring, and she thought she'll try her luck. She applied for the job, got the job, girl. Long story short, she ended up being one of those people because of her situation and because of greed. She's got money flowing through her hands and all of that stuff. Targeted all of these elderly people, girl, making withdrawals, honey. Bought a goddamn Mercedes, bought this. She was shopping that, doing that, moved into an apartment where it cost her $1,400 a month, this or this or that, girl. At first, the banks wasn't detecting anything because there was nobody complaining about it. These were all elderlies, and elderly people are pretty much known for not checking, their bank statements, and they thinking, oh, everything is okay. But this one girl, honey, who stayed almost 2 hours away from her elderly mom, had came into town because it is now time for the taxes to be done, and she does her mom's taxes. And she just so happened to be going over her mom's statement, and she asked her mom, did you been to the bank these many times, blah blah blah. She's like, no, I haven't been to the bank since before Christmas, right before you left. That was the last time. So then that's what started this investigation on this young black lady. She was in her 20s. Finally got a good job. $17 an hour. She done moved up in the branch, girl. She got the keys to this and the keys to that. And then the sight of the money ignited greed. So she called the bank, the elderly's daughter, right? Started making her complaints about this. She goes in, she shows them this, and where all these transactions are coming out of her mom's, elderly mom's savings account, girl. So now, of course, that prompts the bigger boys to get involved. Now she's under, investigation, the Federal Bureau, and blah, blah, blah. So, girl, they pointed it back to her by pulling all of the transactions that started from the elderly lady. It showed what bank teller that this money was being withdrawn from, and and up the drawer, all of that, girl. So then they started watching her, and then they went and pulled her personal accounts, girl. This girl had money. Listen, left a freaking paper trail out of this world, honey. The day that she'll take 4 or 800 or 5,000 or 3,000 is the same day that she would do like a deposit into her personal account. Dummy, what are you? Oh God! And then just writing checks and using her debit card like on all expendable crap, jewelry, perfume, shoes, cars, you name it, girl. So they end up totaling out the amount that she actually had deposited into her personal account, which came to very close to what they have for all of the withdrawals, girl. This girl done pulled off $80,000, close to $80,000. Nobody can get the number exactly right. Nobody, girl. $80,000, honey. When them police showed up, she knew what they was there for. And the first thing came out her mouth was, I could pay it back. I could pay it. How you gonna pay it back? You didn't start. Where you gonna get it from? Oh, you gonna pay it back, all right? Cause the judge gonna make you pay it back. Girl. I think she ended up getting five. I think it was she was 5 to 10, so somewhere in that range. It's and this stuff that they put up that just happened. Like I think it was 24. I'm like, why do people need? I understand the need of it, but you got to second talk to yourself with the second fiddler. You need to ask yourself because there's a lot of stuff that you be thinking you could get away with, and man, it's like, is it worth it? Girl, she broke down crying. She was like, well, don't take me out the front door, and don't take, just don't handcuff me because obviously she didn't want the other associates in PNC to know what was going on. She didn't want this on the news. She didn't want her mom them to find out. And I'm like, girl, it's too late for that. You said, did I hear about the young girl that stole over 100,000 in over 3 years and spent the majority of it on girl chains and oh, she was fancy, huh? Huh? She needed to have that baller link, huh? Girl, ain't people? I have, but you know what though, beauty? Do you ever ask yourself? Cause I do. Like, what make people do that? Like, why would you do that? And then you have most people that don't even sit down and write out so that they can read it to themselves on how you gonna get caught. Address that, right? All that. Oh, they could catch me this way, this way, this way, this way. I think people need to write all that out first. She worked at Target. What she do? Get the chain from Target too, or she just bought it somewhere else and then decided, oh, let me wear this to work. They call it balls and glory, girl. Balls and glory, honey. Have you? I don't know if you watched that Glorilla sister Glorilla. Did you know what happened to her? I don't see her. I don't see much of nothing. Did it all fade away? Is she still balling? And did she get her a nice house? Did she get a fancy car? You know what? What happened to Glorilla? Huh? And baby, did you happen to see? Oh, she bought it somewhere else. Did you happen to see Shamar girl on stage? I guess Cardi B invited him on stage. Okay. Now he had went up there, girl, got his shirt all off, talking about some. You better clock that T. So you know me, I'm looking in the background, right? I want to see the faces of if they were engaged and they clowning like they do at the Cardi B thing. Yeah, baby, when I tell you, you could hear a pin drop. If you focus on, however, I was like, okay, Shamar, he got invited out, and put on the stage by Cardi B. I mean, I'm sure that meant a lot to him, honey, coming from where he was and all of the arguing and the breakups and all of that stuff. But baby, I promise you, it was like church in the audience. But he was up there getting it though. You better clock that T. And oh, you saw the clip. Okay, what you think of it? Come on now. He gave his best. He gave his best. But baby, I was over here like, oh, Shamar, go on, clock your teeth. And he was so excited, I guess, because he got to meet Cardi B's what culture, right? The girl. And I was like, well, that's a blessing. That's nice. You say it's a lot of celebrities like that. Shamar. Have you ever thought about becoming a celebrity? Huh? I ask myself that when I'm over here in this community, right? Like, none of these people over here thought about or had became a celebrity. Why not? These people ain't no damn celebrity. At least I would have had my chance of knowing a celebrity in the community. He does the same. That's it. That's it, girl. That's it. But I think that he probably, if I wonder if that girl Kaylin or Kay is still, his executive producer, I don't manager or something. You say you antisocial, girl, and you just gotta break that ice, honey. Once you get on out there and get that first one up, the second one. Now, do you know or have you seen the Queen around here? The other lady that said that she was R. Kelly's wife or something from where was she from? England or the UK? What the hell? I ain't gonna lie, I miss the Queen. I surely miss the Queen. However, the Queen and Sharon they remind me like that they could be the same person. You saw. I need to find out what a Queen at, honey. The Queen used to have me cracking up out here. She used to say some stuff, baby. I wonder what's her channel. She still might be out here. She still might be out here. I don't know if you remember when she used to come on over there and be talking about what she finna do to everybody. Girl, where is the Queen? I gotta ask Shannon. Shannon kept up with the Queen, honey. Where is this Queen at that, says that she was R. Kelly's, wife too. She was on Twitter. Oh no, I gotta get her name. What was her freaking name? What was it? Let me look on my other channel. I'm like, what happened to? Yeah, come on, y'all know I love the Queen. I absolutely loved that damn Queen, girl. That lady tickled me pink, honey. Just tickled me pink. I was like, uh-oh, uh-oh. Kelly got another freaking wife out here. Oh, Lord, they was just coming out the woods, girl. I was like, damn, Kelly, this one here. But she's, listen, she swear y'all better keep y'all hands off of her some damn R. Kelly. Y'all gonna get that smoke. But like I say, she kind of reminds me. Yeah, Julian. Yeah, it was Julian, something like that. It definitely was. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna see if I could go and find her on my one Papoose channel from back then, because it's been what, over a year. Or no, it's been over. Was it a year? It's coming up on like 2 years. I haven't seen her. And I don't know what done ran her off. Where'd she go? I was for sure that she was gonna be standing her grounds out here, honey, collecting her man up and taking him home. I just knew she was gonna be somewhere waiting for our girl. I just knew it. I felt it. I felt that she was the one. I really did. I don't know. But Sharon Winbush is over there, she doing what her thing is. And, since her and Bookham done had they spits and spats back, girl, now she going in hard. She going in even harder, girl. I'm like, yeah, that was Shannon, girl. Shannon loved him some Queen. He did. He did. I don't know what he was all mesmerized about, but he sure was. Yep, I agree. And Shannon, the one got me over here, tickle pink with her. Sure did. I'm like, God damn, Shannon, with his crazy self. I ain't so crazy. But I think that what she came out last though, saying that she was the wife, right? She came out last, like, I'm here. I was another one. I'm the Queen. All I could think of is R. Kelly singing, I'm a bad man. I'm like, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, R. Kelly, they everywhere. What are you going to do about this? Everybody was in for the fight, though, but um, I don't know, this whole thing is shit then kicked off, with Winbush and Bookham, girl. That stuff is crazy too. They are they back in the battle. They back in the battle, which clearly shows why you can't establish these type of association with people, you know. Now, I was listening to the audio that is being replayed, right? And the audio that, you know, allegedly R. Kelly is on there talking about. Sorry, I had to confirm the second authenticity of signing in into a lot of my accounts. If you know, I'm sure y'all got them. So if I try to sign in to all of my accounts, I have to wait until it's verified through my phone, both phones. I'll get a verification to verify that it's me through my first line, and then I'll get a second one on my 0765 number, right? So actually, yeah, I have two verifications that has to be accepted by me for my accounts online. And I actually like it. Sometimes it could be a headache. As there, it might be one account I might go in, girl, and I don't even have the other phone on me. I'd be, oh, so now I can't even get in the account. Because now I might have left it at home or it's somewhere upstairs and I'm downstairs and I don't feel like going to get it. So I'm like, oh Lord, I don't have that phone. So then it'd be like, you know, they just won't let me in till I go and get that too. Receive both authentications that it's me. So it's crazy. But that's what's going on. That audio, it's a big argument about the audio. They're arguing about, you know, this whole Monday guy, you know, oh, that's girl, because you need, listen, I love it. I absolutely love that verification. I love it, you know, and like I say, having two of them, okay, it might be extreme, but I just feel more protected. I feel like my accounts are uh, more protected that way too. You know, now you could get through, you're gonna get through this one. Now you gotta get through this one. And, you know, uh, I did get a fraud alert Monday, right? Scam alert or whatever. And I, you know, because I do Chase Bank. Girl, and that Chase will call you in a minute. Like, is this you doing so and so? And I'm like, no. You know, okay, well, we're gonna block. Yes, you can block that. No, I love that they like actually, and they should be out there on it like that. As much notification and awareness that they send out to the public, you know, about beware of scammers and this or this. Then you gotta do your part too. You gotta do your part too. You know, and they do. I'll give it to the banking system now. I do. I'm like, okay, yeah, but. Well, oh, here we go. Mm. But, so they're arguing now about this whole thing where is there some misunderstanding or is it clarity about this whole distorted thing, you know? But if you listen to the audio, it does say, you know, I'm not worried about him. Oh, you know what? He's distorted. But then he also talks about how he haven't spoke or seen no Bookham prior 6 months prior to him being arrested. Now Bookham will take that and put his theory in it or his understanding to it as if, see, I told y'all that I know him. I know him before his case started. I don't know how to take that. Because I could have sworn I heard that before he got indicted, he was aware that he was getting ready to get indicted. Greenberg and all of them knew about it, right? Um, there was a group going on. So I'm like, it's weird, but that's his interpretation of it. Like, no, I've been knowing him. I tried to tell y'all that I known him before he got indicted. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. But here's my thing. I'm like, let him know him. I mean, like, just let him know him. I wouldn't specifically be keeping an argument up about that. I guess for the simple fact that if he does, and if R. Kelly does, and we know that ain't nothing he can do to be sitting and kicking it and freewheeling it with an R. Kelly right now. So it's almost like just let him have it. Is it really worth arguing about on that? Well, that's just okay. So okay, go. Just go ahead on and have that. However, oh God, I can't. Well, no, I won't show that yet. Well, maybe I can. Well, yes, I can. I was like, well, no, I won't. I won't do that yet. I'll wait. But that's one of their arguments, girl. And I'm like, oh my God. And then, of course, because Sharon did what she did, now Bookham comes back to retaliate with his live girl. And I'm like, it's not going to stop. Now, mind you, they were good people. I guess they were, associates. Yeah. You say I sent them a picture of old girl that they didn't know her like that, but they said that she had slept with R. Kelly trying to get. Oh, child. Who was that? Who was that? You gonna have to tell me, right? You got to send me a message and tell me. Tell me. Oh, oh. You're going to have to send me and tell me who it is. But I don't know. Most of what's important he could, were they all over age. Yeah, other than that, I don't care. The car lady, stop playing. You need to stop. you, you, you talking about the car lady that told the judge that that was her car? That lady? Because you need to stop. You need to stop. I don't know. What? I don't know. Oh. You silly. Hey, he was a bad man. What can you say? What can you say, girl? I can't argue with that. What can you say, honey? It's like, oh, Lord. My friend I had on the panel, the one I had on the panel, who was that? And she was in the car. The friend I had no friend on no panel. What friend I had on the panel? The the old friend. You talking about the male friend? That male friend. You talking about that male friend? I don't know. Is Daddy Lolo still doing his advocacy for R. Kelly? I don't be on Facebook like that, so I don't know. That's why I asked. That's what I asked you. That's who I'm talking about. I said the one that's so girl, listen. You okay, and you asked if okay, but they said okay that she had. I don't. You think that she got low to get in the circle, girl? People do something strange for some change. I can't stand you. What? You didn't believe that he was the godson? He said he was a godson. I don't know how you over there not liking R. Kelly relatives. You need to quit it with that. Them all R. Kelly relatives. What is wrong with you? Hey, Beauty, you ain't gonna be able to make it come to the family reunions. Nope. They're not gonna invite you. They gonna invite me. I'm gonna have to call you and tell you what it's like. Mm-mm. They ain't bringing you out the family. Nope. Mm-mm. I'm gonna be in the family reunion eating all the barbecue over there with all of the godsons and R. Kelly, and you can't get in. You will not be able to get in the club. Mm-mm. Or you say, no, ma'am. Them folks don't know. You don't think they know him for real? Oh. Mm. So you think, like, these people literally have been out here making all this stuff up? Like, literally. For what? Rocks, paper, scissors, and fame? But did you ever think that something like this could have occurred? Because I didn't. I did not see this coming. Mm-mm. I didn't see this one coming, honey. I didn't know that this was finna to get buck wild like this. I really didn't. Like, I thought it was gonna be more civilized, like how you see the people over there and engaging in the thing for like um P Diddy or another case. You don't see no shit like this out there. But baby, when everybody started coming out the neck of the woods and then everybody was arguing, I was like, what? Who these people? What's going on? Yeah, I'm gonna need to speak to them. One day you're gonna have to let me holler at them, Gunny, because I get my laugh on. Because I be wanting to. I gotta tell them what been going on and what's happening and what was said too. Mm, you know I like to do a little front porch talk, girl. But Beauty, I did not see this coming. Because a lot of them was saying that a lot of this stuff was kicking off like 2018, and some stuff was developing in a Facebook group and all this stuff. Girl, they grew up. Girl, you got to tell them. Listen, I got $200 for an interview. We got to get our interview skills and stuff going over here. But um, it like they all started back there with that. So like, okay, then next thing you know, like there's an indictment in 2019 on R. Kelly. So I was like, well, how did they know to be having a Facebook group, with the discussion about R. Kelly that early on? I couldn't. They came from Facebook. I knew I should have stayed on Facebook, but I got off of Facebook, girl. It was kind of boring to me a little bit. But and that was crazy. That's the question that I be having, like, how you in a Facebook group and this is something about R. Kelly, and R. Kelly had not been indicted yet. Or had he been indicted? Or, something came down the pipe about him being indicted and then they just kind of went in there to find out. I can't even until phases come on. Well, at that time I'm on Facebook then. I meant on YouTube because phases like, hey, would you come over and introduce yourself and blah blah blah. She It was like, I recognize you also, out here doing the advocacy or what, whatever for R. Kelly, right? So then she got in touch with me and I was like, sure, I don't mind. But I thought that I wasn't minding it because of everybody else was out here, like, okay, we for R. Kelly. But baby, soon that phase of stuff, girl, and then you had the Dr. Rice, and then you had this, then you had the brothers, the Bruce, and then that's when I was like, oh Lord, this is not a good idea. This is not a good idea. This is not a good idea. What's strange and weird to me, and I always say, hell, book 'em, go be who you want. If that shit pops, then that shit pops. But at the same time, yes, there is some things that just don't add up. It like literally don't add up. And then okay, I get it. Like he wants to produce the picture and stuff, but it's the same picture of when Sylvia was there taking that picture. I want to see it. 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 And they don't like it. So we keep bringing up the old stuff or whatever, but there is some confusion and a lot of discrepancies on the developing of people. It's like, who, you what? Da 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 da. I'm like, I just cannot, girl. What? I'm just gonna say that I was literally shocked that so much was going on so many different channels. I could not believe it. Here I am sitting over here, finally, come alive out the dark from making my little drive home from work and laughing a little bit at Bookham's content, right? And then, all of a sudden we was like, well, hey, let's do a walks for cows or something. And I was all in on that. And here I am thinking that along with, whatever Dubosky was putting out. And then I'm putting out something that everybody was going to be like, yes, let's do this. I thought it was going to be humongous, girl. I really did. But then all of a sudden, I started hearing something about a book and something about he was doing, and so I didn't know who, like, I'm like, he doing what? So I had to learn that and this or that, and I'm like, well, okay, cool. So he's got not just one down there, not just two, he's got different people coming down for the same, reason of being down there. But after that, then it was the fights. You say you used to try and send them to back then, but she never used them nor responded. Maybe had she, he wouldn't have been able to tell. You know what? That's a good point. Because he really didn't have anybody to come out and challenge against him what the time of events, the who, what, when, where's, and why's. It was like he could just say it and that's what it was going to be, and the people actually, I guess, they fell in love and loved it, but where did I first see him at? And that was over on a show on Facebook, and there was a young lady who was battling. I don't know if it was lupus, it was something, right? And she said she had came across him, and then she had him on there, and he went, answering questions or something like that, and that's when I kind of first came across seeing physically like who he was, other than the then wait, was it Phases? Then he appeared on Phases. That's where I seen him first on that show. But I had no idea that he was an R. Kelly's godson, or doing a protest or anything. Had no idea. That's what I first saw him at. He was talking about, the R. Kelly thing. And then I think after that, I remember my mom calling me, and she was like, "Are you watching it? You seeing it?" And I was like, "Oh, well, what's going on?" I'm not a big old news fan, right? especially for sad news. Issues from he's a they got and I was like, what? I'm like, again? So I'm like, let me go see and find out or whatever. So then that's when I started reading and hearing that R. Kelly had an indictment and blah blah blah. He was picked up in front of the Trump Towers, blah 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 blah. So then I get to going and I'm looking and I'm looking. Do you know, as much as I looked around, I still never came across his channel. Never came across his channel on YouTube. So I would have had no idea of knowing that, oh, this guy was doing a protest and all of that stuff. So then after finally we do what we were doing over here and doing that, and I finally made it back home, and it's like, okay, now I'm looking around and I'm looking around and I'm just seeing, and I was like, oh, this is something else. So, and that's how I just kind of learned, everybody. It was after, I think, phases is when I started. I don't know if I was in the dark coming home from work after that or before that. Might have been a little bit before that. But and there's nothing wrong for people to want to genuinely be connected to him and know him, and it's like how everybody kind of went about it. It was weird. This was so freaking weird. I was like, how you? I don't know. And then listening to Bookham try to explain himself about what happened when he was outside of the Sprinter. He went into trying to explain that to Sharon, and there was something about the police made them move, girl, and he had to, it's about him needing to move from where they were, that made him had to run down further to get into the van because they had to suddenly move. You was on, you say you was on, I was on my first video. Yeah, probably so. Probably so. I wish I had not even bothered that channel. I should have left that channel alone. But I was also, making a decision. I was like, they strike channels, they do all this. So I was like, man, I ain't about to go through that. And he had done already hit my channel twice. Like literally just striking me. And I was like, you know what, y'all, that's when I was literally about to throw in the white towel. I'm like, I'm finna go through this. What the hell I'm coming bringing my ass on here on this goofy stuff for? And then you speak and you say something and somebody has the privilege to strike your channel. But I kept saying, okay, I get it. Maybe I didn't know all the rules right away or this or that, but to have, I don't know. And I made up my mind, man, I ain't finna do this. Ain't nowhere in the hell I'm finna be out here doing no goofy crap like this. My mind was made up, and then I hit the delete button. I hit the delete button on that freaking channel. That was it. And then next thing I know, I started the One Papoose channel. I was like, nah, I'm just going to do the One Papoose. And thinking that maybe it could have been something a little bit different. But, you get yourself drawn in and you find yourself into different altercations because somebody done said something or this or that. And that's kind of where I was putting myself. And now here we are, with the One Pap channel has grown quite a bit. No, it's not thousands and thousands and thousands, but I like really surprised that, it is where it is because of, how my channel is and stuff. So I just shout those people out. However, right, I here in 2026 was where, like, you know what, and then after the big showdown and stuff, I'm like, that's it. That's it. I've done enough with that. However, what I do is not a personal attack on Bookham. I can't stress this enough. He says things that just tickles me pink. That's it. My force, my energy, it's not there to be on an attack with anybody. I would never give someone the upper hand to turn my life into a disarray, or need me to go spend extra money to defend myself. Ain't no way. You can't trick me off of my game like that. Ain't gonna happen. Nobody can trick me off of I'm showing this and I do that. I know what I'm showing. I know what I'm doing. Ain't no damn. Ain't no damn. Ain't putting nothing that I do in jeopardy to harm me at all. What I do, what I show, that's bull crap, right? That's a bull crap. But I was really, though, Beauty, I was at one point where I was just really enjoying YouTube. I was so enjoying it, having a good time on it and laughter and things like that. But it was like this stuff just starting to come out the woodwork on it. And I'm not intentionally like saying, people are not going to help free R. Kelly. I just know, facing the reality of this, what it's going to take, other than the performance and their dialogues of what they're doing to free him. And they know that. They know that. Girl, yeah, it turned black. Yes. Yes, it did, girl. Yes, it did. I was like, and I was on the screen. I was having fun with my screens and all that stuff. But of course, I guess I should have expected for as the world turned. I expected for the ripple effect. I did. I knew it was gonna come. I'm talking too much. I'm having too much fun, and I'm enjoying my channel. I got people over here joining the channel, or I may say some things that people don't like, and I knew it. But what am I doing? Still going on, regardless of what. You already know, just like the rule works, just like if in your real family, you're going to have some family members that's going to rock and roll with you. You're going to have some family members that's going to leave you. It's no difference. All those, he's still ain't. He's just not, It's just, like, I just think that, I don't know. I think that maybe, the hope of what they do is still there, and that is for an official to kind of get hold of it and try to turn it into new evidence argument. All because they're saying, that this wasn't talked about, or this wasn't allowed in, and this is what, and so they skipped all of this to get a guilty plea against this man. Had all of this, which we know is, I'm not gonna say impossible, because I always felt that R. Kelly's case was too rushed. It was too, it was rushed, and it was too much on his behalf that was excluded for whatever the judge reasons is, or whatever if she's reading pertaining to the law that would not allow it to be in. But I was also sitting here going, but wait a minute now, a judge is just a judge. And I get it, there's a higher power in that courtroom. However, but the same way that, what's that judge name that covered the YSL trial, the black guy? And old girl went in there and she got him removed because of some illegal stuff that he was doing, which was doing something, talking about the case. It was something, and he told her, and so then she brought it up in court, and they had to replace him with another judge, and which was that lady judge, right? So I just say that to say this, that judges can also be challenged and held accordingly within the law to higher courts to make a decision whether if they should be staying on the case. And in this case, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure that there was something there written up that will could have clearly showed the biasm of this attorney, I mean of this judge, but also reached another level on. Okay, let's pull her emails. Let's pull her stuff. Who she talking to? Who she get paid? Who she connected to? That's just how I felt, right? And we don't supposed to run our feelings, but I just felt that. I'm like, wait, what is this judge doing? What are we doing here? Yeah, granted, she'll throw in some things to have noted that she paid very close attention to R. Kelly rights. Okay, anybody can do that to deflect or sidetrack you from really what's out standing out in front of you. That can happen. But I really do. I'm like, oh, why come this man could not have had the money? Why did he not have the money? Close to what that goddamn P. Diddy had. Why? But then, if he'd have had that amount of money, imagine how many sharks would have probably came along and not gave a rat's butt because of the type of charges that he was being charged with. A RICO, man act. Come on, sex trafficking. Imagine how many people go in and make you feel like that they genuinely have your back, and what you're going to pay for is what we going to give you, and that is to get your freedom established back out here. But he didn't have that. Money speaks volume. Money definitely speaks volume, and it's like, what do we look at other than Bungie and Stand-In, Canic, maybe one or two others, right? I'm like looking at some straggling ass, freaking attorneys. The Greenberg started out, okay, but like he stated, there's other people that was sent in who, was feeding, certain people that he should be switching out his attorneys and blah, blah, blah. And Greenberg, like, he wasn't finna stay and stand for that. So it's like, y'all have at it. Then you had people mad at Greenberg for, whatever reason, which, I guess he felt was out of his control when New York charge came about. It was like the argument of, who should go first. Should Chicago go first or should New York go first? He tried to keep Chicago lined up first, where they can go ahead and litigate and do what they got to do there. So then that way, New York can ricochet off of that, but it wouldn't be too freaking bad because he done already got some things settled, addressed, probably thrown out, and all of the above, But they didn't like that either. So I was sitting back like, okay, what attorney are y'all gonna go? Which one do you want? You got Winbush now over there dropping all of Nicole videos with her, half body skin out and just a bra. I don't know if she's over there dancing to what's R. Kelly's song? Leg shaking or something, which, people do things to think that, in a sense that it can help or help R. Kelly to a certain value, but then it can also hurt him also to a certain value. See, and the reason why I say that with Sharon Winbush re-exposing Nicole Blank Becker in her dancing moment in her closet, right? Topless, not topless, with just a brassiere on, right? You can have people who use a different optical, and there's a story behind Nicole and R. Kelly, allegedly. Obviously they knew each other. He let her in there. He signed her name on it. Was there a relationship? Did they do spend some outside time together other than a business and client, attorney and client relationship? Like is there details behind that? I'm just saying though, beauty. So how does that make? I'm just saying, if we're gonna blast Nicole Blank Becker, whom R. Kelly put on his team. First of all, the question will be asked, well, who got darn fault is this? Now, I know that an argument could be made by saying that, well, he was told and he was led, that she'll be great for the team because she used to prosecute these type of cases. But who's to say that R. Kelly actually been knowing this lady, knew her for a long time. They might have some pictures of something out at a club or this or that because she did, she's very comfortable. And she does presents herself more friendly, from what I seen on some videos, right, to R. Kelly than she did as a legal attorney, more professional. I think we seen Jennifer Bonjean and her associate. I believe that they were at the airport, and I believe that she do have some dance moves or something to a few of R. Kelly, maybe one or two R. Kelly songs, but it was within appropriate. It was within appropriate so that you couldn't detect whether if Bonjean and R. Kelly is in a relationship or had been in a relationship. But you don't get that feeling when it comes to Nicole, only in her brassiere as an attorney. It just seems like that there's a whole lot of attorneys that just like to show body parts, and that's just, I mean, that's their side gig, and that's fine. You do what you want to do, but I think that there's a thin line between representation when you are positioning yourself to represent a high class celebrity. Like this is a celebrity. So whatever the stain is that you may have on you or the stigma that you may have on you can certainly jump off onto the person who you're trying to defend. And guess what is that stigma? A speculations, a propaganda, and people gonna start digging and start digging and start digging, and then, oh my god, voila, here's a story. I knew it. That's the type of typical shit that can happen. But unfortunately, a lot of people just isn't careful at what we do, when we do it. It's just, I don't know. But I can tell you, like, when I really got, like, when I really put my, let me say, I put my hand in my face with this whole R. Kelly stuff, and I'm looking at him, and literally, I'm like, oh boy, out here on this community, like, you're doomed, bro. You got darn doomed. This is this is pathetic. This is ridiculous, baby. Yeah, I was like, but anywho, one thing that can be said and two things that can be proven is that by the people stating who they are. Well, they stated that they the godson. This one stated that he's godson, and I stated that I'm the people that stated, and I'm the cousin or whatever that have made it so obvious, right? That these are the people that became so much involved in this circus stuff out here. It's like you don't hear nobody else saying that I'm this to him and I'm that to him and I'm this to him and I'm that to him, and then coming out here and having different beefs and stuff going on back and forth, or doxing people, or or just doing research on people to blast them out on their channels and stuff like that. It's only been the people that's been saying who they are as far as having some connection to R. Kelly. And it's weird. It's like R. Kelly's family is out here doing this shit. Oh no. Saying they first of all, if they all so freaking close to R. Kelly and bada boom, bada bang, ain't nowhere in the hell that they should be out here doing this type of stuff. None. I was with him. He was over there. And I met him down there, and I looked up, and he was over there. No, he wasn't with that girl. He was with that girl, and then that girl wasn't there. That girl, like his whole. They talking about. They talking about everybody else put his lifeline out. Hell, so are you. And truthfully, he made that goddamn shut up song like literally to expand the meaning to everybody. Shut the hell, because you know not what you do. What you thinking is helping me could also be hurting me. But these people have taken it and positioned themselves that since it is now being told out here that he only was represented with a lot of ineffective attorneys, that like now they have positioned themselves to become the effective attorneys for our county. Oh, but I like to sit here and play this position and look. And I'm sorry. I mean, if they do it, then hey, I'm gonna congratulate. Good job. Do your thing, right? You did your thing. Who would have ever imagined that all of this stuff right here would have freed R. Kelly? My thing of it is that if the things that is being produced or reproduced out here, this is the same method that the attorneys could have had before they even found him guilty. Because you've been doing this forever. Girl, I don't know. I don't know. So, when they supposed to, when the motion or something was supposed to have been had today at what time? Who went down there? Who was there? Who was there? Who got the tea? I don't do Pacer anymore. I just start putting my money towards other things. That's a long run with Pacer. It's a long run, and at some point, it's like no, you got. I mean, I'm not to be the one to, and I'm not trying to shade or anything on Sylvia, right? But look how many subscribers Sylvia has. Sylvia has membership, right? So you learn from others real quick. Sylvia has membership. Sylvia has different channels, right? Um, Sylvia also had a side gig where she's making a little bit more money on the side, which was her Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever she used to do, right? Sylvia was traveling. Sylvia was pulling so much paperwork every day, keeping things abreast, right? Sylvia did not recognize, though, right? Because she was depending on go, Sylvia, go, the people, right? She was depending on the people. But yet then, it doesn't take much to build you an Excel sheet to see what your minuses and your pluses are. Just like what we're seeing going on with Vlad and Boosie. And when he stated, I can't do 30,000. What are we doing? You're not bringing in the revenue enough based on your interviews for me to pay you this amount of money. He paid to Tosh K69 the 50,000 because go and look at his views on there. 120 something million, or was it 220 something? That's a bankroll right there. So yes, I can dip in here and pay him the 50,000. But he made it known that this isn't what Tosh K, what's his name? Tisha K something 69 was getting on all his videos, because at some point he's not bringing it in. But you go back over here to Sylvia, right? And Sylvia literally put all of her financial trust into the people. And I get it. This is something that never happened to her before. The people are supporting her. One minute she might be getting a $5,000 check, a $3,000 check, a $7,000 check, and now all of a sudden, now her equity is leaving. The people are not there no more like that. The people are not donating that like that no more. Thank God she still kind of got a membership to keep her afloat, and she still is putting in her challenges, hoping to reestablish probably what she was earning from YouTube by continuing up her trial cases. She seems to then adhere to that as a passion now. I'm gonna do this. This is what people want, but everybody. Let me say this about the trial cases, right? And what I find statistically fair enough to say. I think that the people who does more shorts, or more shorts, a few clippings on it, on the trial cases, make more money than the people who are actually following the trials and sitting in court all day. And here's the reason why I say that, because you have to know, you should know your audience, what holds their attention. By now, we all should know about the algorithm that helps build your channel, so that if it is monetized, for you to, receive the payout that you hoping to get, right? You still got to have those views. That means keeping people interested in your channel. You got to have those clicks. You got to have the subscribers. All this is balled up into a ball where this is how they do their calculations to, to get you paid, right? So as I watch Sylvia, right now, I'm like, oh, okay, Sylvia, maybe she needs to re-strategize the way that she's doing things, because if it's not about this certain court hearing, or so, people don't really care or don't know, and she just went out of the blue to grab something because it's, over there in Fulton County, and okay, people want to listen, but do they really want to sit and listen to a whole 2-3 hour dragged out live about it? It's like, maybe if she clipped some of those and put them up, maybe she would start getting more revenue than what she's could be getting on sitting there for 2-3 hours on a court case. So that might work for her, but her strategy has just been the same. I'm gonna go to court, I'm gonna sit here, and I'm gonna talk about this for a mighty long time. You say you never cared for her. I met Sylvia. It was nothing long in Chicago. It's very brief, And I took a film. I took my phone just so that I can get to know people, right? And I interviewed. It was a quick thing, just a kind of a meet and greet. Well, why are you here? And blah blah blah. And I remember walking up to Sylvia, and I asked her if she didn't mind, and she's like, "Sure, of course, So she did one. However, I think, and I'm glad, I didn't get on board with all of that crippity crap about the scamming and things like that. I didn't care about that, because you can't argue, or you shouldn't argue about what someone else, in a way, are doing to other grown folks, because I'll have to put the lack of accountability on grown ass people. Where was their common sense? Y'all just gonna keep, y'all just finna give it to her? I mean, you so, hey, I was sitting there like, shit, that's on them. That's on them if they took a loss on some things. You can try something one time, but then after that, it's like you start hearing this, and the person ain't. But Sylvia was producing them receipts and things, and so that's why they hung it and floated out with her. So she was giving it back to them. But when it got all tired and ugly into watching two people who were going over and getting interviews together, to looking out, and one's getting another car from another or whatever, then it turns into this type, I was done. I was like, oh, nope. However, Booker was kind of wrong about some things, and I think Winbush asked him that question about that car. In my opinion, I think that he answered it invalid. No, this is just my opinion. And she says, well, didn't you buy a car from them? And then I think he responded, yes. And he says, oh, but yeah, but that's because she couldn't afford it and he couldn't afford it anymore. So she asked me to take over the payments. Now I'm sitting here going, waiting on Sharon response to that. Respond to that, because he literally said that Sylvia asked him, saying, oh, well, would you like to take, get the car from us because such and such and such. Oh, no, we don't use it anyway. And we know you can use a car because he didn't have one. That's kind of the way Bookham answered that, right? But he said, he said, Sharon says, okay. So then he goes, but then, she couldn't afford it no more and he couldn't. So they couldn't afford the car. So that's why she asked me to take over the responsibility of the car. And he jumped right on it. Now, this is what got me with Sharon. And I'm going, Sharon, the keynote word in there was affordability. He said that Sylvia and Ronald could not afford this vehicle. Okay. Now, I don't know if Sharon might have missed the episode and all of that stuff, but fast forward, somebody else couldn't afford it either. And it had to be the person that purchased the vehicle because allegedly that's the reason why they ended up in court. Because I'm not talking about the AirTag car. I ain't talking about that one. It was because the failure to make the payments on the car, and Sylvia, the name was still, the car was still in her name, and so her credit and the repo man and all of them was coming to get the car because there was missed payments on the freaking car. I thought that's what kicked all of this stuff off. And then, of course, now it ended up in another car, and the other car had a tag on it. After that, man, I said, Lord and Lord and Lord and Lord and Lord, and this is too much. This was too much. But that episode there was funny. That shit was funny. And as of today, that was pretty much it. They kind of went to court. Some paperwork was dropped out here with him, owing 6,000 or something. So it kind of went dead out here. But then he goes and tell Wimbush, like, or whoever it was, that he's reopening the case back up. But I was surely hoping to hear Wimbush say something like, so apparently you couldn't afford the car either, because had he continued to been making those payments on that car, I, I'm pretty sure that Sylvia now would have never activated a let's go get our car. I just can't see that happening. Oh, with him mentioning, though, Sharon, he also mentioned that he contacted Sylvia asking for, I believe, one of the payments to be deferred. And I'm like, but what just behooves me, right, and what tickles me pink is just to hear Bookham talk about it. I'd be like, boy, you need to quit. Hold on, Bookham. You skip tracing. You skip tracing. But of course, the way he works and the way that he moves and the way that he try to word things, and he messes with your memory and throws a specific question kind of in between of it. I can understand like why she, didn't think of that part, his bolstering and all of that stuff. But yeah, it'd be crazy. They couldn't afford the car. But yet then they're coming to repo the car because there's missed payments on the car. Oh, he stopped paying for the car because the car, I think, wasn't running right. And there was a whole lot of things going wrong with it and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, of course there's some things that's going wrong with it, especially if you're not getting it maintenance or had the owner do a service on the vehicle, a diagnostic check on the vehicle, whatever. I think I seen Bookham at the garage place or whatever, right? You're talking about some goddamn changing the oil, and then all of a sudden he discovered wasn't no oil stick in the car. I'm like, oh my Lord, you didn't even have the car checked. You just took the car. What man does that? Like, what? I don't know. Bookham also says that he never did get a truck, and sure enough, I'm trying to understand, well, why was the cousin Levi, or maybe it wasn't him. I'm just thinking that it might have been him. Like, say, take the truck back. Why was they screaming to him about taking a truck back after this whole volcano of this defense fund? I couldn't understand that. But he said he didn't have a truck. What truck, y'all? What truck was it? Because they was show screaming about trying to tell him to take that damn truck back. What truck? I can't recall if I seen him in the truck. The only time that I seen him is when, he was putting all the recycle and the buffet wrappers from the restaurant in back of his car. Yes, I had a good ass time. Look, I done left beauty. I'm just going on and talking, girl, because I be liking to talk about some of this stuff. Be cracking me up. Book and working at. What was one of my favorite shows, y'all? I bet y'all don't even know. Metro Petro. Now listen. Y'all got to know. Come on now. Metro Petro was the funniest damn show ever. Like, is this nigga working midnight shift at the gas station? You got people pulling up to the pump, driving off because he's sitting over in the car eating darn ding dongs and shit. He done built up a tab from the Arabs on the inside. I'm like, what in the hell is Bookham doing? Another episode. There's a phone call to Bookham. Bookham got the old school phone, right, where the phone cord reaches all the way from the basement up to the third floor, to the second bathroom, man. That motherfucker, I ain't seen one of those in a long time, like since I left West Side of Chicago, right? And I'm like, damn, that boy, he's still. Oh, you can still get those though at the flea market. I've seen them not too long ago, and I like the flea market because they be having, listen, them best of them best damn pots and pans you can get up in there, baby. Like, you can get you some good set of tires and all that stuff. You gotta go to the flea market, girl. I be out there on Owl Sip in Chicago, honey, on 163rd when I can get out there. Right, that's almost a 3 hour drive for me, but some Saturdays or so I might wake up and dip on out there to see what they got, right? Anytime I can get 28 bars, what, two, four, six, maybe 12. 12 most likely bars of Dove for like $7 and $8 and $10. Shit, y'all got me crazy. I'm going out there. Don't care what nobody say. But anywho, my other favorite episodes, right, with Bookham was sitting in their house one day and he got the phone call on the walkie-talkie. How many of y'all remember the walkie-talkie? Just send the hundreds up on the side of the screen. Y'all remember the walkie-talkie? It was like, oh, what the fuck? What in the hell is going on? And these people here who, this was the one that they called him, right? Or something. And they was telling him that it was like something, a fire. It was something going on, something in the parking lot. And shit, Bookham took a sick leave. Shit. Bookham said, Bookham, Bookham said, the roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. I don't give up. Shit, let that burn. Bookham set his ass right on live. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. If you was here, you would clock that 100 down there. Because y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Bookham say, shit, I am sick today. Now, how many people you know that would take a sick day on live? I was like, this motherfucker. This motherfucker. I was like, he's stupid. He was stupid. I'm trying to tell y'all, this boy cracked me up back in the day. I ain't lying, boy. So those were my favorites. The Metro Petro. And when he was sitting up in there with his T-shirt on, and I think he was like at the kitchen table, some man cave or some shit, boy. Boy, I used to be over. You know what? He has literally given me my most laughter out here on YouTube. I can't take that from him, y'all. That's messed up. And then somebody told me, he a Leo. I was like, what? See, this is how bad I am with horoscopes, right? I don't know what's all defined and what do y'all call it? I never, ever picked up a horoscope book to be reading into the future about because I'm a Leo. Well, this mean that. It's just recently that I started doing it. I'm like, bitch, I'm a Leo. Bitch, I roar. I don't goddamn, I roar. But this is what they told y'all in this book, right? And then it's got something to do with the solar system and You okay? I respectfully fine. It wasn't for me. I wasn't going to dictate that my life or my attitude or my personality or my relationship or my this and this all evolves around what the horoscopes say today. Oh, today is your lucky day. These your lucky numbers, and you're Leo, so your number is 7, and your star, your planet is what, Venus, and you should play these 6 numbers, and your love is going to be a Taurus. Like, what the fuck? Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I might have tried a Taurus a long time ago, but that didn't work. How? So it's a lot of stuff about life in general that I still try to understand. I'm just so independently soaking into just knowing the spirit, the real spirit, and just okay, well, I'm gonna live, then I'm gonna die. Everything else in the middle with all this man-made, these side men, I don't get down with that, child. Call me weird. I don't care. But I do know for a fact that I have never spent back then when I should see them in the store on your way out the store on the magazine rack, that horoscope whatever stuff for $1.25. They ain't never got my damn money. I can bet you that. I can tell you for a fact I never looked up nowhere on the phone, on the internet. Somebody said, ooh, how many of y'all did it? Because y'all know y'all did it. I wonder what my horoscope say today. And then it's going to say something. Of course, due to life living, right? Normal stuff that you actually do, right? It's kind of like the preacher, too. But I ain't going to go into that, right? But you know darn well that you had to get up and go get some gas anyway. But then because your horoscope says that, oh, you will receive, $1.50 off on your gas, and you jet over there. Oh, my horoscope was just right. You needed gas anyway. I was like, what the fuck? But, oh, they going to play the lottery. How many people do y'all, or if y'all know, or have y'all, then got money off of playing the lottery from what they told you in your horoscope? How many people done pulled that strip out that goddamn fortune cookie and played so you used to read your horoscope, but you used to read it. Not me. Now my sisters and them, they did. Oh, girl, I'm gonna have me a fine man. I'm gonna be hot. I'm gonna be married and so. On the 3rd, it's gonna be a full moon. That's where we supposed to be jumping a broom, girl. It says here that the dream of my life, boo, is gonna be coming through, and he gonna take me when you was young. Okay, boo. Okay, boo. But I don't know, and as as I continue to grow, I do understand people when they say, oh my God, you think so abstract. Yes, I don't think like many. Okay, I don't. I absolutely don't. What you think about, I'm on the other side. No, I'm on the other side. You know what I mean? I'm on the other side. Sorry. You might think that, having a vehicle with 6 car doors is the shit. And I might think that having it with 8 could work, would be great. Well, why do you think so? Because I got 8 kids. Each one of them can just get in one side. I say goofy, abstract shit like that. No, it might not make sense to you because your optic is not the same as mine. But yet, of course, to you, yeah, stupid. Just dumb. No, I just don't think, and I don't have to think like others. I don't have to read everything that I see and believe it. I don't have to hear everything that I say, that people say, and because it sounds good, that I have to believe it. Sometimes I just stubborn and I just made up my mind to not believe it. It may be true. but I don't want to believe it. Okay, well, what's going to happen to me because I don't? That's that abstract part of me, So I just want people to know that don't think that I don't know that I work and operate that way. I understand me. I understand me. You over there on Sundays when your mom used to get the Sunday, you run to the horoscope, didn't you? Reba, you a horoscope reader too, aren't you? And then there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying though. I was born in July. Okay, I'm a Leo. Okay, if you say so, all I know is I was given life. That's became important to me. That's the factor that I tuned into. I got life in July. Oh, okay. So we got these celebration things as I'm getting older. How do we know we celebrating these? Oh, because mommy started putting that goddamn cone hat on your head when you turn 1. It's your birthday. Oh, so we do this every year, mama. Every year. Okay, so that was 3 parts of being born in this world that I had to know. I was born in July. I was born in this year. This helps me keep track of my age. Oh, and then we celebrate because of giving life. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. But no, now you got to go over here because they want to tell you the astrology about what the July month meant. It's the 7th month and it then circled around the sun almost 2 million times. So in 2062, you're going to become the richest woman in the entire world. It'll say some shit. Okay, now after that, I promise y'all, I didn't know anything, but because until I saw a horoscope, right? A horoscope. Now they know the ruby. Right now, today, y'all, I have to be honest with y'all, because I don't do horoscope stuff. I can't even tell you how they came up with each month. It has its own color birthstone. I know it's got something to do with, I don't know, maybe the rocks and the diamonds and all that shit out there on Mars and Venus and Saturn and I don't care. Like, I literally don't care. I don't care that July is red or August is green and September is blue or April is sapphire, and I don't give a shit. Why do I need to give a shit? Now, if it has something to do, like these people been put out here, the astrology, and they know how to count the numbers, and they gonna know when you die. You a 77777. Uh-oh. A what? I'm like, oh. I'm not laughing at them. I'm actually laughing at me because I happen to be that abstract person that didn't give a rat's ass. I thought y'all said that when you die, this is all Jesus doing. When he ready for you to come home, that when you go come home. But yet then I turn on the TV and there's some people over there talking about you a 777, you got a ruby, you got about 4,670 some day. Who the fuck are you? I thought that was Jesus' job. Y'all be thinking, listen, I know I can sound crazy sometimes. I know that's the abstract of me. I'm not thinking like you. I'm not dancing to everybody's tune and beat, and it's just weird. It's really weird. But maybe it's fun. I don't know. I don't want to know what my horoscope is. Why come no, I take that back. I think the horoscope is balanced, where you open up your horoscope and it tells you on February, oh no, March the 30th, when you come out your house, it's going to be a hollow, a crack in the concrete, and you're going to be dropping through there. Y'all read some of that type of shit? Have y'all read that? How much negative stuff it's going to tell you how you been to hurt yourself or die and all this. It used to be a song too that come on. It was on. I don't know if I seen it on. It was a long time ago. Might have been Facebook, right? When I was on Facebook. If your birthday in July, you gon' die. It was some shit like that. It was. I promise you. I used to hear that song, and I kind of remember. If your birthday in March, you gon' die. And I'm like, now who would make up some shit like that? Crazy, right? Well, Beauty, shout out to you. You helped me get through my, oh, what am I gonna do? Laughter usually, fix that for me. And my decision is made. These people came back with one hell of a contention, and I need to rebuttal back to that, or I can fold and tap on out of this one. So I'm going to sleep on what I'm going to do over this long ass drawn out case, and then I'll regroup and have my decision made tomorrow whether if I need to go ahead and do my addition and corrections on it and pack it up and let the big people up. And I got to ship this off, y'all, and this all the way to Washington for it to make it over there within 8 days. That's the killing part. After I sleep on this tonight, I had 5 days to do my contention. If not, then I can withdraw it. But tomorrow, if I come back and decide to do it, then now, after they receive my contention argument, right, after that, tomorrow night I have to have this case packed up and shipped on out of here because it's got 8 days to make it up to Washington. Like, God darn it. So I will. Oh, okay, because, girl, I want to know them people, honey. I want to know who them people are. I do. I have a little bit whiles to go, so I need to eat my lunch. And yes, I eat lunch in the car. And guess what I'm having today? And I just ordered it, so before I came online, and I took a slice out of it. However, I forgot to tell them no tomatoes. I did tell them no onions, but I forgot that they put tomatoes on here. So I don't want to throw the whole thing away. I'm damn not about to take it inside and let anybody have it because I did that last time. And I noticed these people don't reciprocate. But let me show y'all. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to have another slice. Da, da, da. Oh, wait a minute. I got to take the green screen off. And guess what it is? Hold on. Let me find it. Let me take this thing off. Okay, there we go. There we go. Zap, 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 zap. Because I didn't make lunch today. And guess what kind it is? That is a chicken. Oh, it's called the ranch. It's a chicken ranch. I'm not a big fan of ranch. Not like that. I'll eat it sometimes with celery dip here and there. But for some reason, the ranch is okay on the pizza. Other than that, girl, I don't really care for ranch. But I definitely don't like ranch on my salad. It's something. It tastes like paste or something. I'm like, and not that I sat around and ate paste, okay? But girl, Reba, baby, that's called the ranch. However, you all may like it with the onions and the tomatoes. I do not. So I usually have it as the chicken and it got bacon on it and then just the bread. And of course, some banana peppers on the side. They're in the other bag. Got to squeeze that banana pepper juice on there or so. But I didn't make lunch today. I didn't have breakfast today. So I ordered this before I got on live, and I had got a slice out of it. Then I came in, because I had to go do, I was dealing with that. Now I am going to officially sit here and have another slice after I pick these dirt. Y'all will see how I pick. Reba, look how I pick these tomatoes off. Look at that. Ew, gross. Ugh, gross, y'all. I can't stand tomatoes. Weird, right? However, when I make spaghetti, I make sure my sauce is very light. It'll never be no chunks in there or none of that. None of that. So I just use, I make sure ain't no goddamn, I can't see it. You eating oxtails? Girl. Did the price go down on them, honey? Because up here, honey, them oxtails skyrocketed. Two of them cost you like 38. And not like they're like, it's not bigger than a fist. You ball up, a lady size fist, right? It was like, what the hell? Now, Milwaukee, let me tell y'all, Milwaukee, if we all ever get together, I'm going to have to take y'all up here to Milwaukee to the oxtail shop. Baby, them oxtails with that cabbage and that rice. Man, it's going to set y'all right. It's going to set y'all right when I tell y'all it's the oxtail shop. Baby. Honey, but every time we try to go out up there, we get some, two people, $120. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm like, oh, Lord. As a matter of fact, I just might take that ride over to Milwaukee Saturday and pick up some. Ain't got shit to do. You say, are they high? Because, baby, Booker might have a discount. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Claudine. Book him over there with all the oxtails in that pot. He might have a discount for you, love. I love you. I had to give you some shit. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. I just did my girl Claudine with the oxtail. You need to go order you some up from Booker. I mean, if you want, I can get you the deal from Booker, girl. I can call them up, tell them, hey, hook my girl Claudine up with about 8 oxtails, buy 8, 4 for free. I know, boo. I'm just, I had to get you on that one since we were talking about the oxtails. I'm just saying. I mean, he say he gonna seal them and freeze them. He gonna put them on some dry ice for you, girl. I'm just saying. Bookham is in the business of shipping those all the way from Fulton County to Mexico if you need them. Reba, quit playing. I know you done ordered you some already. I'm going to check with him. I'm going to say, Bookham, show me your oxtail list of who ordered. Reba ain't going to be on the top. Reba, you ain't got to tell me. I'm going to ask him. I'm going to find out. You know he going to tell me. Oh, shit. But he say he wrapping them things up real good. He wrapping them up. He got the Bookham seasoned salt for high blood pressure, low blood pressure. Bookham, listen, y'all better quit playing on Bookham. Bookham gonna serve y'all up right. He even got the special box for you that got his picture all on the front of it. Y'all better quit playing. I'll get him on the line right now and tell him what y'all say about his oxtails. Y'all know I'm a mess. Where Beauty at? We gonna get her, order some up for her birthday in June. You know what? Oxtails on Pap. Get Bookham on the phone. I'm finna buy out his whole supply. Y'all finna have some oxtails at your door. What's the delivery estimated date on those things, Bookham? I, you know, he's a different uh, a Leo from some of the Leos that I know. I can say that his personality is a little bit different. You know it is. I can say that. I'm just saying you ain't got to get no good deals. I'm finna buy out Bookham whole oxtail supply for my girls over here. Y'all want oxtails? Let me get you some oxtails. That way you can have his picture on the box as a souvenir. Y'all so crazy. Ooh, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Hey, what happened to black on black support around here? Where's the black on black oxtail support around in this neighborhood? Y'all is not right. Y'all not right. Mm-mm. Good thing I don't eat them like that, so I'm good. Reba say, your pit bull ain't gonna eat that shit. So y'all don't trust Bookham over there boiling oxtails. Why not? Why y'all don't trust that? It what? I mean, I think on one of the videos there was a thing, about the being sanitary. Okay, the garbage was overflowing. What else was wrong with the kitchen? What else was wrong with the kitchen? Huh? What? What else was wrong with the kitchen? Other than the garbage can was overflowing. He started putting on plastic gloves. Somebody must have complained about that. So, I mean, he is using the plastic gloves now. I don't care what y'all say. I'm ordering all y'all assed up them Bookham oxtails. I'm about to send him a comment to tell him I want. How many you want, Beauty? Sister Claudette, how many do you want now? Y'all need to quit playing. I'm taking orders for book. Oh, you don't want it because he was looking a little dirty. What, the t-shirts? The pajamas with the holes in them? All of that stuff that bothers you? Mm-mm. Okay, I'm going to give y'all a pass on that. But I'm going to see if I can take a trip over to the oxtail shop in Milwaukee this weekend if I don't have nothing to do. And, yeah, I'm going to go over there and show y'all what they play the oxtails look like, right? His neck is Beauty don't want none. I can't believe all y'all passed. Okay. Let me drop this on y'all. Let me drop this on y'all. For $1 billion, there's no other food to eat on this earth. Would you eat Bookham oxtails? 1 billion. You gonna get paid 1 billion for eating them oxtails over there. What y'all gonna do? You gonna starve and die? Or you gonna get a BO? Bookham oxtails. What is it gonna be? Huh? $1 billion. What y'all gonna do? Exactly. You eat. I can't stand you, Reba. I can't stand you. You eating the plastic. What you gonna do, Claudia? You still don't want none. You might have to live and just get your own money. I can't believe y'all. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna take one for the team. I'm gonna get paid that billion. I'm going to have my pumps and all that stuff to pump my stomach and everything I need after I eat that damn oxtail. I'm getting the 1 billion, y'all. I'm sorry. They used to say what anybody would do for money. I'm a billion. Somebody done deposit me, wire transfer me 1 billion in that account. See, that's just like that movie, y'all. What's that movie? When the old white boy, old girl was offered with that 1 million to sleep with that man's wife. What's the name of that movie? I forgot the name. Is it White Men Can't Jump or something like that? Was it that movie? That darn multi-millionaire man says, I'll give you $1 million to have one night with your wife. He agreed to that shit. It destroyed them, but he agreed to it. You finna give us $1 million. Baby, we ain't got but $772 in the bank. He said, you can do this. We gonna forget all about it. It's one night. You coming back home. We got the money and we gone. Now, we all know how that story ended, though, right? Tore them apart, man. I think I might have cried in that movie, man. I was like, oh, hell no. But it is an eye-opener. What would you do for the money? It's like Klondike bar. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Now, we all know somebody in the state like Smokey on that on what's his name, Nino Brown show, right? New Jack City. We know he'll do it. He'll crackhead. He don't care. But for all the people that are sane, sanely as you are, you really have to put some thought into what would be the effect behind it. What would be the effect? And before we jump to what seems to be so good and we think will heal all of our problems, always take time to write out what would be the effect. Now, write out your cause. We know cause you want it. We know cause it's going to fix and pay this. We know cause you can go shopping. We know cause you can pay for your kids' college. We know you can pay off your mortgage. Those are your causes. But let's see which column outweighs the other. Don't add the column in there about you don't give a damn, because you're going to give a damn based on the effects coming from the causation of why you took that money. Just got to always think about it like in that way. Sounds good. But I'm just saying, though, it was fun having fun with y'all, though. That shit was funny. Oh, y'all want some oxtails? You got your girl over here who can order them up for you. Get them delivered ASAP. And y'all turns them down. Ain't that something? For $1 billion, y'all still don't want it. Beauty say, she ain't got to have no oxtail. But what you just stated, though, Beauty, is a prime example of showing how you prefer to maintain your peace and control in your life. And that's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. Always think about your sanity and your peace of mind first. Will it be a peace of mind? Hell no. So, but y'all know what? I have fun with y'all ladies, but I got about 10 minutes to eat me a slice of pizza, and I really want to enjoy it. And then I have about an hour to go here, and woohoo, it is coming up close to the weekend, baby. We have made it officially through Thursday. We know that, the arguments have, continue to kick off out here because of how people feel and what people have done in their part of, I guess, representing or portraying to represent and R. Kelly, so we know about that. We know about Vlad and Boosie situation. We talked about that briefly. Some people out there thinks that Boosie is doing this the wrong way. It's $25 for an interview, which isn't matching the numbers for him to receive more dividends. You know, that he should just continue doing the show. A lot of people actually liked him on the show with Vlad, with the interviews that they were having, and they think that, you know, because it's not them, it's Boosie, right? But they thinking that, you know, man, $25, I'm at 25,000. That's not enough, you know, to tear down the relationship based on because what's his name, Tosh Kate 6ix9ine received a little bit more than him, but that was also based on the amount of views that allow Vlad to increase his monetary for that specific video, right? So here's what I think with that. If that's the case and it's based on making sure that the person who is allowing you to come on their platform, they should always profit. I felt like that also, you know, when people were saying, you know, the people were saying, you know, R. Kelly wasn't paying us, or R. Kelly didn't make a, well, maybe he didn't see a profit in something. And the fact is that why should I do something that you will honor you more, would benefit you more, but I'm doing all the work and this is my show and this is my thing, and I walk away with zero, you know, $0. So if it's that way, and that's how all of that algorithm of how you pay people for interviews work, I do think that Boosie should patch this up. 25,000, and unless he can bring in a big bang of an interview to Vlad, so that Vlad can break off with some bread, and there's bread to break off Boosie Badass in it. But unfortunately, that's the power, as some people may say, to greed. You know, money is, you know, it caused you to go into that lane of greed. This is not enough. Sometimes you'll have people that wants to elevate like that because their circumstances in their lives have changed. You know, the taxes might have went up. He just had another baby. Got to have more, you know, fashionable clothes, expensive items, and he just bought his boo thing, you know, rings and jewelry and cars, and he buying a kid's car. So his expenses are going up too. But sometimes when you can't get what you feel like you deserve or whatever, you still want to keep that money, that line of money coming in, and maybe your relationship with certain people, right? And then reduce some of your values over here. Turn it down a notch over here. You're living large like this over here because we are giving you the opportunity over here. But now, because your values have went, you know, skyrocketed, and you're probably living outside your means, now you on demand for more money over here. And sometimes it just doesn't work like that. I believe that, what was her name, you guys, who did the thing about Monique? Remember that? And you know, rightfully so, she came out and was saying that, you know, that she wasn't getting paid enough money, and blah blah blah. Or no, it wasn't against Monique, maybe it was against Tyler, and then not Tyler Perry. And then Monique jumped on the band. You know, they jumped on, and all the women start teaming up about, you know, they're being underpaid, and Oprah was involved in that. Y'all remember all of that, right? And you know, like she was saying, but at the, you know, at the same time, right, as I'm listening to their arguments, right, about, you know, the reason why she felt that she should be receiving a lot more money, or these certain people are getting paid more money than me, right? But I'm looking at, I can't think of her name, you guys. She got so many good freaking movies that she's been played in. But they ended up showing her portfolio, right? They showing her houses, and I'm like, well, this is why you need more money, girl. Like, she was like literally had, I'm 4 homes over here, over there, over here, over there. You got 20 freaking cars. You got this, all this clothing wear that's running you probably a good 100,000 a year, and this, of course, so you might got to turn it down a little notch. Got turned down a little notch until you actually nail this certain job position, acting position, or interview position, or whatever, that is going to pay you probably twice more than what you have established in your bank. So now you can play with the old, and you got a whole lot of new coming in. But this is not, what the case of this was. When I'm sitting here looking at her extravagant spending habit, it was insane. But I remember that part too. I didn't catch up on the end of it to know what actually happened with that. Did she either end up landing a contract that was paying her more than what she wanted it? I don't know if they stopped it about the discrimination and the racism part about, or did they balance out what the actresses take home pay would actually be based on, I guess, maybe their performance or the type of movie it was. I don't know. Dave Chappelle, you don't really hear much of nothing about him after his incident over there. He just always stand alone and doing his damn stand-ups, and they actually be freaking funny though. I would actually love to make it to one of Dave Chappelle's stand-ups. I do. I really, really do. I'd be like, maybe one day if I could, if I keep researching him and following and try to see where he would be at close to me, because I ain't going over to the UK, and I'm not finna do all of that. Just to catch one show, I would be happy with that, because I do like the Dave Chappelle show. You said, I never thought that would happen, because Boosie has done more interviews with Vlad than anybody, and I never heard this. Yeah, it was striking. It was like, what? No, but can it be looked at like this? Just like if you're working at a regular job, the Walmarts, the Targets, or where I am at, or, Sam's Club or whatever, right? And you've been there for, let's say, 5 years, somewhere you're hoping that a contract or something has been ratified and negotiated on or whatever, right? And they're fighting for more wages for you. Like, would you want to be at Target for 30 years, still making $10.75? It's a different various ways that this can be looked at. So maybe with what Beauty just stated, right? That's one way of looking at it. Like you said, they've been rocking together for a mighty long time. They really made a great show. So maybe all of the time that Boosie had put in doing the interviews with him, maybe he feel after 5 years or 7 years that, okay, I am entitled to an increase. Okay, you got the money, because obviously you can, pay Tosh, what's his name, Tish K9, whatever how you pronounce his name, right? This $50,000, you still got money over there. So I'm just asking you now. I don't know if he's asking for this for every interview he does, but then let's do the math on that. How many interviews is he doing? Maybe Vlad contract should be stated up that, okay, you know what? You give me 4 interviews. That's quarterly, right? Give me 4 interviews a year. Okay. He talking about $30,000. 6, 9, 150. Yeah. A year. So maybe they can sit down and curtail a contract and negotiate something like that on those terms. Who knows? All right. I'm finna to go. Now I'm finna grab my pizza and just walk and go eat it. Beauty, Colleen, Reba, all of y'all have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful day. I want to say have a good day to Miss Green. Miss Green Nice. Have a beautiful day. Have a good day, ladies. I will not be peeping back in today. So, if anything, and with God's blessing, okay, I will hopefully peep in tomorrow and tell you guys and wish you guys to have a beautiful day for Thursday. They should have established, yeah, that's true. That's so true. So you're right about that. But night night, love, and I'll talk to y'all. Bye bye.